Verse 31, when he had gone out, Jesus said, now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. Okay, so we are on top now here of the volcano, basically. You see there's a lake there, there's a second lake here, there's a third one somewhere. It is cold here, right? Because it's not far from the equator, but it's cold because we're so high up. So yes, Judas went out and Jesus is saying, now is the Son of Man. Remember earlier in the chapter he spoke of Father glorify you, right? So he's glorifying the Father. Now he's saying that glory is now coming to him as well, right? Glorified and glorified. So that glory, the Son of Man is now glorified and God is glorified in him. So again, we see all of this has to do ultimately with the glory of God. So he is going out. He will die on the cross. This is to the glory of God. And God is saying, yes, he's Son of Man. Then now is the Son of Man glorified. So the death is to the glory of the Son ultimately. And in him, God is glorified because he is the God-man. Verse 32. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself and glorify him at once. So if God is glorified in him, that is in the Son, then God will glorify him in himself. I mean, it's basically just saying the same kind of thing, that what is saying that this glory that the Son on the cross is going to go through, in which he will glorify the Father, he will be glorified, he will glorify God, the Father will be, all of it, that's just the glory of God that is at play in all of this. Verse 33. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. You will seek me, and just as I said to the Jews, so now I also say to you, where I'm going, you cannot come. So now he's saying and he's calling the disciples little children. John loved as well later on to speak about little children. So that is rather clear that this is John. Okay? But Jesus, this is now not John putting words in Jesus. This is how Jesus is now speaking. He's speaking to them now like little children, right? Under those circumstances, with his death coming close, with him just washing the feet, with him just sending out Judas, under those circumstances, he calls them little children, right? He cares for them. When they're supposed to take care of him, he's taking care of them. Okay, and then say, you're going to seek me. And like I told them as well, you're not going to be able to find me. You can't come. Right? You can't come where I'm going. So the question is this the same place as he mentioned before, right? The Jews then thought that, he's going to the diaspora there, or he's going to commit suicide kind of idea. So therefore, where he's saying you cannot come there, he is not meaning that that ultimately, right, in the Pharisees in their case, he meant that, they won't be able to be saved. That's all. So not saying now the same thing here to the disciples, that they won't be able to follow him to heaven. Okay, now he is speaking of going in dying in such a way, right? So they're going to follow him. They're going to die later on. But now at this stage, they are not going to go there. They're not going to come there. Okay, so this is not to do about then Jesus going to hell and preach to that. That's a total different topic at a later date, not for today.